You know the old saying about location, location, location? When realtors talk about it all the time, people when they're looking to buy houses talk about location. Well, trapping is no different. It's really about location. You can have the best traps and the best lures and have the best bedding techniques, but if you don't put the traps in the right spot, you're not going to catch any animals. So I'm going to try to put together some videos over the next few weeks to talk specifically about different locations and try to show as many different locations that work and some that don't work that you think might work, or I've always thought that would work, because location is just that important. So hope you guys enjoy and get something out of it. Okay, so when we're talking about locations, here we have a Forest Service road that goes down and joins with some farmland. You can see that over there is a big holler with a creek down the bottom. It's all farmland. So this is like the edge of the National Forest. Forest Service road runs right down to a gate that goes onto the farm. And then on the other side of the gate, the road continues, but it's just a farm road. The farmer uses it to feed cattle and stuff. And then over here on this side, we have a really old road that goes through the forest, National Forest. And you can see no one drives it anymore. It's grown up. There's deadfalls all over it. But if you look closely, you can see there's still a little bit of a game trail down through there. Deer are using it. Other critters are probably using it. So I thought this would be a good spot to put a trap. We got a road right here. We got this road right here. And then the road continues on up this way and it dumps into a big field, and then it continues on around for about another 2.5 miles through the National Forest. So I figured the animals have got to be using this little intersection here. On this side, there's lots of brush. There's a pond down there. Thought this would be an excellent spot, so I put a little dirt hole set right here and basically got absolutely nothing for 2 weeks. I mean, nothing, and I mean not even anybody messing with my set, absolutely nothing. So this is one of those places that sometimes you think, boy, it looks good. I would think that there's got to be something here. The animals have got to be traveling through here, through this little intersection, but they just aren't for whatever reason, or they're just not attracted to my set. So that happens. It's trial and error sometimes. So as we continue to talk about location, now I've actually moved up maybe 1/4 mile from the little last location I talked to you about, which is the Forest Service road and the old road, which is now just like a game trail. So I'm a 1/4 mile farther west, still on the National Forest. And as you notice now, this little Forest Service road opens up into this little field. We still have the forest over here on the left, drops down into a deep holler. Over here on the right, goes down into another holler. The Forest Service actually just ends down toward the bottom, and then that over there is all farmland. But as you can see, the Forest Service road continues right through this little field. Now, there's no intersection here. There's nothing here necessarily that you see right off the top of your head to funnel the animals here. But what I did see here was I saw several pieces of fox scat along this road. And most of the scat was right at the edge of where the Forest Service road right here meets this field. So basically what's happening is these animals are coming up this Forest Service road through the woods. They're getting to this field, and then they're coming out here and they're dispersing through this brush along the edge of the forest and out into this field. And they're looking for mice and rabbits and things like that. So there actually is a little bit of a funnel, and the funnel is this field. As they all disperse, then they come back to the Forest Service road and go back down through the woods, down all the way down to the bottom to the next big field, which is some 1/4 to 1/2 mile down there. So there's actually is a little bit of a funnel. It's not anything that you necessarily would actually see right away, but there is a funnel here. So I put a little dirt hole set right here. I put it on the north and the west side of this road. And the main reason I did that is because the wind inevitably blows from the west here. If it's not blowing from the west, it's going to blow from the north. And that way my scent from this dirt hole would actually blow across the Forest Service road. So even if an animal for some reason didn't see the dirt hole set over there as an attractant, at least hopefully it would smell it. No matter which way it was traveling, it would hopefully get that scent as it is blown across the little Forest Service road. Now this set, mind you, it's only a quarter mile from the other set where I got absolutely nothing for 2 weeks. This set I caught 2 gray fox in the first 7 days. So that just goes to show you that sometimes you think location is great, maybe not so good. Other times you don't really see anything that's out there that immediately reaches out and grabs you. But this location turned out to be pretty good. I just had to delve a little bit deeper. Okay, so here's a location that is kind of a no-brainer, actually. We're in the National Forest, and you got a Forest Service road, the main Forest Service road, that runs down through here this way, and it runs down through here this way. And it's probably in this little stretch of woods, it's probably about maybe 2 miles long. This road actually ends into a big field, which is actually private land, and there's cattle and livestock on it. It's a big open field, it's full of rabbits and all kinds of stuff, so good feeding for predators. And then they come down the service road and they come to here, and then this one actually continues to go on through the National Forest, through a field, and then eventually after about 2.5 miles down into a bottom, which is again is private road. But there's also this little spur road that comes off here, and as you can see, just caught a coon here this morning. And this little spur road doesn't go down very far. It maybe goes down 1/4 to 1/2 mile, and people are using it for deer hunting and driving their ATVs on and things of that nature. It's mostly just deer hunters. It's pretty secluded here where we are right now. I'm very cautious about trapping on public land and making sure that it's secluded. So this is pretty much kind of a no-brainer type of situation. It's the intersection of both these Forest Service roads. As you can see, I've got a set over there, caught a bobcat there, and then I've got a set over here. I've caught some critters here as well. It's kind of a no-brainer that this is one of those locations that you just need to set. I've caught 3 or 4 different animals here. It's a great spot for bobcat, for gray fox, for coons, for anything that's traveling through these Forest Service roads. So when you come across locations like this, you got to set them, at least 2 traps.